Hi everybody, Dr. Paul here with Car Consciousness. So I'm just back from an alternate reality, a bizarro world where I did battle with the angel of death to save my father. So my father's health has not been good for years, and he ends up in the cardiac intensive care unit with fluid in his lungs. So they do a procedure to get the fluid out, and then when you do that, the blood pressure is going to crash because part of what creates the blood pressure is the amount of fluid you have in your body. And when you take out the fluid, the blood pressure goes down. And if you give it a few days, the body will re-regulate itself and the blood pressure comes back up. So, of course, because he's in the clutches of the medical people, they can't do that. They have to interfere. They don't believe that the body has the ability to regulate itself, so they're pumping him full of drugs, and they basically can't get the blood pressure up any higher than 75/45, which is very low. So then, of course, he's saying, I'm having trouble breathing. I can't get a good breath. So they put him on this oxygen mask. It's like for sleep apnea. One of these things is pushing oxygen into him. And then at the same time, this weird thing is happening where this lady from the hospice starts lurking around and starts planting seeds in my mother's brain about a very nice lady, but definitely it's not time yet. And she's planting seeds like, maybe, it's not time, but, we're here, and, eventually we're going to have to move him to hospice, but not yet, And she's really getting in my mom's head. And then a couple days later, there she is again. Well, maybe you ought to start thinking about it, And my dad is not dying. He's just not doing good, but he wasn't dying, in my opinion, So finally, somehow, the doctor starts getting involved with the hospice thing. Well, we really don't think he's going to recover, and I'm telling him, just take him off the medication. His body will regulate and he'll be fine. He's not dying. His heart rate, all his vitals are decent except his blood pressure. He's not dying. But anyway, so the doctor gets in my mom's head, and she keeps asking my dad, do you want to go to hospice? No. You want to go to hospice? No. And then finally, he probably wasn't feeling good, and he's like, okay, I think I'm ready. So they call us all in and say, you better say goodbye, because as soon as we take him off the oxygen, he's going to go real fast. So everyone goes to the cardiac intensive care. The whole family's there crying, saying goodbye to my dad. And I'm saying to myself, something is very wrong here. This is not right. I don't think he's dying, But anyway, everyone's living in that reality except me. So I'm just kind of going along with it to see what happens, waiting for the light to come in. So we all have to leave, and they unhook them from the oxygen and unhook them from the machines, the monitors and whatever, and then they bring them to the hospice area of the hospital where he has a private room, and then we all go in there, and we're expecting, this is it.